Today is August 14th, 2014, and the single mother. The liberal media loves single black mother, even though the single black mother is a, what did Ann Coulter say? We want to let you hear from Ann Coulter. But it's true. The single black family, single black mother-headed black family is a minor league for crime. But let me just set this up. It's August 14th, 2015. It is 9:38 p.m. I'm going to try to make a reasonably short video, but this subject has a lot of content.
Can ignite a media firestone like Ann Coulter and her latest book, Guilty. Like her other books, is very controversial, deliberately provocative. After all, it sells books, and we are happy to have with us Ann Coulter. Good morning.
Good morning.
I think we've all been discussing your book on camera.
Yes, I've heard.
So, good, you should be pleased. So, Whoopi would like to
I just have a couple questions, actually. In your book, you devote an entire chapter to single mothers.
Yes.
And what happens to children raised in single...
All right, Cass Sustein from Conspiracy Theories. This young lady, Whoopi Goldberg, and so are the rest of the people on the panel, they're very classic trolls. Shout it down. I don't care if it's logical, if it's opposite of my opinion. You know what I mean? And I'm a single mother, by the way. So, of course, that makes you objective, right? Whoopi?
Homes. You title the chapter, Victim of a Crime, Thank a Single Mother. What is your issue with single mothers? Because I know you don't have any kids. I mean, maybe you have stepkids. I don't...
My issue with single mothers are the fact that that's where children get molested. They move in... men, tricks, dates, who are not children's father. So what do they care about molesting a boy or a girl? That's one of my problems with single mothers. Another problem that I have with them is that they're whores. All right? You ever heard of marriage? Sex out of marriage? Well, this is the result of sex out of marriage. Whoopee.
Shouldn't say that. But, and before you answer, I just want to say, you said that single motherhood is like a farm team for future criminals and social outcasts. 70% of inmates in prisons come from single parent homes. Hollywood actresses using single motherhood as a way to promote their careers. And it says, you say it's very selfish for a single mother to have a baby without a father. So I'm wondering.
Yeah, well, we now have 30 or 40 years of social science research. I mean, I'm just citing, this is dressed up numbers crunching. I'm just giving the numbers. 80% of the inmates in prisons were raised by single mothers. About 70% of the runaways of the child, juvenile delinquents, juvenile murderers, juvenile rapists, raised by single mothers.
You don't need Ann Coulter to tell you this. But what I can tell you is these trolls right here, well, all of them, liberals, the guilty, the freaking black single mothers. I'm not black single mother. Anyway, let me go on. I'm going to let this thing get over with.
And the point is, this didn't happen by accident. The illegitimacy rate alone has gone up over 300% since 1970. And as I describe in my book, this was a specific plan by the left, attacking the nuclear family. The most famous example...
Go back to the... I know you want to... I'm sorry. I know you want to do this whole left thing because that's what you do.
Shout it down. Shout it down. Is that what you're doing, Whoopi? Shouting it down?
No,
but what I do want to know, because a lot of what you cited in terms of this, just specifically this, is based on sort of not great research, because we've seen this research discounted time and time again. But why would you say Hollywood actresses using single mother? I take offense to that, of course, as you can understand, because having been a single mother, I don't think it was something I used as a tool.
The point is, well, I don't think you've done it in the last few years, and this is, it has
Are you talking about, I'm sorry, say this again? You're talking about actresses in the last few years.
Black women are good at interrupting people. I'm not going to bring up the video of the Bernie Sanders thing, but it's a couple videos back, and it's all over the media. Do your own research. Look at how black women just interrupt everybody. I can't stand them.
That's why I say it's the new thing, as opposed to the sex tapes.
Why don't you come down as hard on the fathers who aren't there, rather than the women who actually raised their children?
Okay, she's going to give a good answer, but let me just say, Jeffrey Dahmer, Jack the Ripper, Bill Clinton, NASA. No mistake in this world has ever happened by a white man where people say, where's Jeffrey Dahmer's father? Black men get blamed for things that they're not even there. The strong, independent black woman, strong, independent superwoman. Oh, yeah, superwoman. But when you're spawn roll out of the house in their sagging jeans and their homo thug behavior and their dishonorable ways, who do you blame? Not the strong, independent black woman, mother, father. You blame the person who's not there, the one who got ran off, like Bernie Sanders and Jeb Bush. All right.
The title is Guilty Liberal Victims and Their Assault on America. And the point of the book is, in example after example, of how people play the victim, are exalted in this society, have doors open for them, when in fact they're the ones victimizing others. I've never heard anyone say, unsung heroes, unwed fathers. How does he do it? He has 4 children with 3 different mothers. How did he have the time to do that? You do have, as I described in that chapter, Hollywood, mainstream media, the New York Times, women's magazines exalting single motherhood, movie after movie about single motherhood, book after book. Sisters are doing it for themselves.
Are you married? Are you married?
I hate them. How they're used. Whoopi Goldberg, are you married? Are you married? Could you just let the lady finish? Is this some kind of inquisition to witches? All these witches.
No, but it wouldn't change the difference of the facts I cite.
Do you have kids?
No, and it wouldn't change the difference of the facts.
If you had children, you'd know more what you were talking about.
Do you want children? Because I do realize that there are mothers who are divorced, and you don't blame them as much, and there are mothers who are widowed. But there are women who do want children. I'm not talking about the teenagers, the irresponsible and so forth, and need to be loved. We can perhaps, go with it. But there are women who do want children.
Yeah, that's what I write about.
Single mothers.
And how selfish it is. That's precisely what...
can take care of these children and give them happy homes or adopt these children.
Okay, no, I am not, and nor are the studies.
On all those things.
Absolutely not. You are wrong about that, and that is the interesting...
Kill anybody. That's all I'm saying.
No, of course it's not every... The point is you look at it from the other end. The prison end, and no, it is not true that I'm leaving out race. There is, in fact, I cite a study by the Progressive Policy Institute, a liberal institute, saying that if you take single motherhood out of the equation, the black and white crime rates are exactly the same. So you take everything else out. Single motherhood is not good for children. That is a fact.
What I would like to ask you,
that it is promoted.
I would like to ask you, because there's some nuggets of truth that you have in stuff that you write, but I don't see any compassion that you have. Do you go out and do you talk to single young girls about trying not to, to use birth control? Are you trying to be part of the solution?
Well, sure,
as opposed
of course
to just
I
judging, throwing out stuff.
The more non-judgmental we have been about the mothers, the more real victims have been created. Millions and millions per year. I mean, it's not like this is some inevitable number that we must have of children being raised by single mothers every year. It wouldn't have gone up by more than 300% since 1970.
Because you call it liberal victims. The biggest victim this week is your girlfriend, Sarah Palin. She is whining about everything. The media was wrong. The media was horrible. The media attacked.
Don't blame the black woman. Do not blame the black woman. Do not blame the black woman. Do not blame everybody else. Blame everybody else, but do not blame the black woman.
Our daughter's unborn child.
She's acting like a victim now, and why is it just liberal to our victims? Give me a break.
No, but the point of the book is not to say that there aren't any victims. Of course there are victims. That's my point.
Victims put together there.
Liberals play the victim while creating real victims. I'm not saying there's no such thing as victim, but can we get back to what you were attacking me for when I wasn't here?
Which it was good to have black celebrities.
Yeah. See, now I've never heard my book. Well, no, I just want to respond.
Follow up on what we were saying about you're saying that they identify with their black side, and we had something to say.
What did you think that I was trying to read people's minds? I believe someone said, or that I've had some personal experience with them. To the contrary, as I cite in the book, I am talking about things they have done and said. Barack Obama writes his first book. I think it was his first book, his autobiography, "Dreams from My Father." He identifies with the father who abandoned him. I read the book.
He praises his mother off with it. Can I just move on? We don't have that much time.
Wait, you guys attack me for it and I can't respond. Halle Berry accepts the Academy Award. Okay, just let me answer.
Barack Obama felt that
Halle Berry accepts.
Truth. We are not attacking you.
I have
You
never
wrote something
heard God read
provocative.
aloud like you're reading Mein Kampf, and I just did.
Can I just read a section aloud?
Yes, and read it like you're reading Mein Kampf again.
I don't think I did that.
I think you did. You spat out the words when I wasn't sitting here.
Let me do this. Throughout that's because I'd like to discuss something current. Throughout John F. Kennedy's presidency and beyond, reporters notoriously hid the fact that JFK was a venereal, disease-ridden sexual profligate and drug addict. The courtier press was too busy manufacturing a nonsense image of Camelot. I read this because I'd love to hear your view on Caroline Kennedy's desire to become the Senate.
Was that yes, that was lovely. You could do the audio book. Well, we don't know that much about her.
Attacking you. I just don't appreciate the way you're talking to her. I mean, nobody is attacking you. You didn't have to talk to her.
I wasn't here. Go on. Okay, I think we can move on from tone and get to substance, but he's flashing rap, so...
Well, here's the deal. Since we'll wrap as soon as it's time, but you sort of just did like two great put downs in one sentence. I want to reiterate, nobody was putting down or attacking you.
You're claiming that I was basing it on
listened to you.
I was not basing it on personal experience.
The question, were you?
Halle Berry's Academy Award acceptance speech went on and on about how she was doing it for the blacks. That is identifying with her black father. I'm talking about what they do and say in public.
You can't take it, can you? You can dish it out, but you can't take it. We'll be right back. We're fine. We'll be right back.
Where there's one, there's no fun. Where there's Whoopi and Sherry Shepherd, you better run. Where there's three, I will not be. And Coulter, I've heard your name a lot. I know you're like the jester, the person that everybody makes fun of. But you speak the truth.
You fellas need to really understand that black women do not have your best interests at heart. Just look at all the rush to create social programs, and these programs are designed, well,
break in here and say, do not believe me. Do not believe anybody else. Make your own videos. Do your own research. Good night. August 14th, 2015.